You drive them off his parking lot, whichever comes first. Can't go wrong with a volunteer like that. But to Jim and his family, I'm really indebted to you forever. I mean, Jim really is a cut above so many other people. And once again, I'm really honored to be here in a little town on the other part of the United States, a state that I never thought I'd ever visit. And quite truthfully, there's a man here today who really started all of my visits out here to have an opportunity to speak to such great people. Wayne Winter, retired lieutenant from the Portland Fire Department. And it was actually Wayne and all of his friends really who inspired me after September 11th as the only person who survived the collapse of both towers and wasn't expected to live through the night. I didn't know where my life was going to go from that point on. To say I was devastated would be an understatement. And I knew that I had to get my life back together. It was a very, very difficult road in almost 10 years since September 11, 2001. And it was people like Wayne and all the firefighters from the surrounding departments and a very, very good friend of mine, Battalion Chief Jamie Carnes, who somehow knows how to keep it all real for me. And I'm so honored anytime I get an opportunity to come out here to Oregon to speak for a number of different issues. And today, obviously, is one of those events that you never forget. Here we are in a little town with a group of people who have spirit that's second to none. And I have to tell you, I know every single one of you are proud of yourselves, but I'm even more proud, so much more than you could imagine. And to all the school children here, this is what this day is really about. For those who didn't really fully understand that are in attendance today, we have a huge American flag that we're going to be lifting and flying right here in Estacada. And this moment in time will become part of a history and a flag that we're on a mission to fly in every state of the United States of America. We began this silly idea back in August when we acquired that flag in Escondido, California. It flew at an auto park and was getting a little torn and tattered. And as they were going to replace it, we asked the auto park owners if we can have that flag. And they said, sure, as long as you use it very ceremoniously and respectfully, which obviously we had no intention to do otherwise. And that flag was once 30 feet by 60 feet. We had to cut off 4 feet off the end because it was torn and tattered. We had re-sewn the flag, and the last 4 feet travels with that flag, and people are entitled to go over and sign their name on that piece of the flag. And as of we stand here today, it's covered 40 states, 110 cities, traveled 120,000 miles, all through the courtesy of the FedEx Corporation. It has flown as far north as the North Pole on Christmas Eve in -20-degree weather and as hot as 115 degrees on September 13th of last year in Bullhead City, Arizona. And we are on mark by this September 11th, the 10th anniversary of the 4 attacks on America. That flag will have flown in every single state. And on the 10th anniversary, it's going to fly at the World Trade Center, Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where United Airlines Flight 93 crashed with 40 innocent Americans, and also down at the Pentagon all on the same day. And then after we complete that, we will decide on the fate of that American flag. It may even end up in the Smithsonian Institute. But nonetheless, once again, I'm here to tell you that that flag does not have any political affiliations. There are no agendas that surround that American flag. That American flag, it's one of the most common symbols known to every single person around the world. It's a symbol of great people who give so much of themselves, that open up their arms to anybody around the world who wants to come and share in the life that we have here in the United States. A life that came about at the cost of hundreds of thousands of Americans that laid down their lives so that we can enjoy the freedom that we enjoy. And maybe for too long, and I think maybe on September 11th, we had a wake-up call in so many ways, and maybe our patriotism needs to be wakened again, because I think we kind of forgot all the people that persevered. And I would only hope that in the future, every single person here today, and I think I speak more importantly to all the young boys and girls, that you would endeavor to grow up to be good Americans and to love your country as best as you can. You know, it's very hard when I travel around the world, especially in the United States, to get up and be a keynote speaker and to proudly say that the United States of America is the greatest country in the world. Sometimes you have to be tactful, you got to be careful, because I know that there's a lot of people in this crowd who may not have been born in this country, so I don't want to stand here and sound arrogant or pompous and to make you feel any less than who you are from where you came from. So I'm very, very careful on how I choose my words. But the thing that I will always say, there is no other country in the world that does it better than the United States of America. And you, the people of this country, owe no excuses for the life that we have in the United States of America. If there's anybody here today or anybody that will ever listen to me as I travel this country and speak who thinks that they do not live in a country that's second to no other place in the world, I'll have to let everybody in on a little secret that there's 9,400 airports in the 50 states of the United States of America. You'll have no problem finding a flight that'll take you to one of the other 197 countries of the world where you think you're going to find it better. And I'm sure that there's a few people in the 315 million Americans that might actually take me up on the offer, as foolish as they may be. But I know they're going to be smart enough to book that trip with a round-trip ticket, because you know it doesn't get any better than the United States of America. And in closing, just let me say I'm very, very grateful for all the people of Estacada, Oregon, for coming out today, and everybody, once again, who made this day possible. Becky worked so tirelessly. She's here right now. Here's a simple woman I never would have known, but she's got the heart of a lion when it comes to the love of country and patriotism. It's all my friends here today who I haven't seen in a while. It's so glad to be back again. We got Sally Bainey from Moonstruck Chocolates. If you want to hear a story, read the book that was written about her mother, Gert Boyle, One Tough Mother, and then you'll understand why people are grateful to be here in the United States of America. And in closing, just let me say, may God bless all of you always, in all ways. Thank you very much.